Hello everyone, welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. Now before we get into this, I want to tell you a little story. So I'm living in Japan currently, and where I am, there are arcades everywhere. So I like to go every so often, mostly every weekend, to play this Guitar Hero game. It's set up with like a full drum set, and it's so much fun to play. Plus there are so many freaking good players who play it too, so it's fun to watch them. But today I went to the arcade, and this guy who came in who was tall and lanky and kind of stumbly. He seemed really drunk. And I started watching him play the guitar version, and every time he would play, he would be like so accurate. He would get everything perfect, but then as soon as like the game was finished, it would show like his score, and he got like 97%, and he would just have like the hugest meltdown, just like, oh, why didn't I do it right? And then he went and played the drums, so I was really curious how he was going to do, because he stumbled onto the machine. He sat down, he picked up the drumsticks and held them upside down for one thing, which was really funny. And he was also playing in socks, which was weird. But then he started to play, and he was, again, so accurate. Like he would hit everything with perfects and greats, and then he would get to the end and he would get like 97%, and he would have his meltdown, and I felt so sad for him. So sad. Anyway, let's get back into this. We're just going to start where we left off. We were about to write our own poem. Let's do it. Yeah! Alright. Let's see what we can choose. Pleasure, kawaii, alone, fantasy, depression, horror, lollipop, dazzle, vibrant, hop, socks, whisper. Ha ha ha! Sure, I am loud. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Anime. Hi again, Mr. Kibbles. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha 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 ha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Mr. Kibbles. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join the club this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out, or what. But if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Where's the end? Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga? Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat.
Don't worry, guys. Mr. Kibbles always gives it his best as long as he is having fun. He helps me with busy work without even me asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room, sucking me up. Doing chores.
How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is so messy and distracting. You almost set your house on fire once.
Is that so?
You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Mr. Kibbles can become good friends too. Sayori? Dot. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she puts me into.
Oh! Yuri even brought you something today, you know?
Wait, Sayori? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do?
I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking.
I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Dun 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 dun! Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright, let me get down on my knees. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, do the squiggly wigglies. Discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl I can't talk. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? How can you accidentally be cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading so much. Yuri, thank you! I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew! Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. That doesn't seem to be the case. So Yuri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. You looking for something in there? Freaking Monica! She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga? You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know, anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. Jeez. She turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait Girls. It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. Yikes. If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on the door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Mr. Kibbles. Consider this a lesson straight from the Literature Club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm gonna show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. Hoo-wah! It's exceedingly mo. Don't just stand there. Ooh-wah! That's a weird reaction. Natsuki grabs my arms and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsill. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Come here, boy. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Why's that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Ooh, look at that space between us. Don't just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. An inch is gonna do so much here. Sorry, I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particular bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Blech. Hey, are you paying attention? No? I I am, but nothing really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough for me. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be plot? Well, obviously. You think I would enjoy something that didn't have plot? I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things. Like there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with the guy at the ice cream shop. Ha 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 ha. But that just helps you get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like when they get into all their backstories and when some of the romance starts to happen. That's really what makes it so good. There are so many touching parts. Ah, is that so? It sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait! What's that supposed to mean? Ooh-wah! I still love that. Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant that I haven't seen you at your full power. Good save. Ah, this chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well... Natsuki pauses for a moment, as if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah. Why does that matter? It doesn't. I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right? That's... No, I don't enjoy getting high and smoking weed and getting baked and all that jazz. Just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got into this manga. Like I would ever get into anything because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that's impressionable. Ahaha. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? Ooh, now we're really close. Hello, cutie. ... We read on for a few more minutes. I finished a couple chapters at this point. ... Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not! I love staring at your watching you read. Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? ... Question mark? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know... What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Define friends. Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Ah, sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. Ugh, I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm also kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over the time. But it's probably harder to find... Third time's a charm. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. Whew. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. Ugh, I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it, looking at your... well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Well, geez, maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? The expression says all. ... So... Awkward laugh. Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flipped the page. Suddenly, Natsuki starts laughing. Ha. I totally forgot that happens. Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels. Minori is my favorite character. You always feel a bit bad for her since she's so unlucky, but it gets especially bad when... I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone. But if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience, the thought makes me smile a little to myself. Okay, everyone. Are you all ready with today's poems? ... Oh, come on. Could your timing be any worse? Sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there. Ha ha ha. Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. That's not far enough. Alright, guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki. You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Oh yeah, but Monica just said, don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I really didn't plan on using my spare time to read this, mostly just to masturbate. Well, of course. It would take forever to finish if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. And if it gets spent,
I'll kill you.
by tomorrow. Only got partway through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this. But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Alright then. I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yes? Yeah? My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with?
I can't wait!
Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop it here. I'm gonna save it for the next episode to start reading their poems. So thank you for joining me, and hopefully I'll get a second episode out during this week since I'm a little less busy. Until then, thanks for joining, and I'll see you next time. Bye!